Okay, so review of yesterday's lesson. So today we're going to be looking at opening one of a suit. So one of the golden rules in bridge is if you have 12 high card points in your hand, you must open the bidding. So if you've got 12 to 14 points in a balanced hand, then you will always open one no trump. If you get any other hand that's got 12 points or more, then you have to open one of a suit. So shape for a balanced hand, just remind you of the three balanced hand shapes. By definition, all other hands are unbalanced. Remind you of the responses to one no trump. So partners open one no trump, showing 12 to 14. 7 points, no chance of game, so you pass. 4, 8, 9, 10, 13 points. So 13 points, partner's got at least 12, you've got 25 between you, so 3 no trumps is the contract. You don't want to be playing in diamonds or clubs, because to make game in diamonds or clubs you need to make 11 tricks. Yeah, because 5 clubs and 5 diamonds are the game contracts. You have much more chance of making 9 tricks in no trumps, so 3 no trumps. This one's got 4, 7, 9, 11 points, so you will remember that with 11 points, if your partner's got 14, or maybe a good 13, you've got enough for game. But if your partner's only got 12 or a poor 13, you haven't got enough for game. It's all about trying to get to the magic 25 points. So the way that you ask partner whether he's got a minimum 12 to 14 or a maximum 12 to 14 is to bid 2 no trumps. So 2 no trumps says to partner, we might have game, we might not have game. If your minimum pass, in which case 2 no trumps becomes the final contract, which is a part score requiring 8 tricks. If your maximum, bid 3 no trumps, which is a game contract, yeah, so you get the game bonus, and you need to make 9 tricks and 3 no trumps. Then we looked at last week. This hand will play much better in 2 diamonds than it will in 1 no trump. If your partner's got a balance 12 to 14, it's going to play much better in diamonds than no trumps. Playing this hand in diamonds, you're going to make 3, 4, maybe even 5 diamond tricks. Playing it in 1 no trump, you might only make the ace of diamonds. You know, if your partner has got 2 small diamonds, you're probably not going to be able to make any more than 1 diamond trick. So it's much better to play this hand in diamonds. So this is called a weak takeout. So if you open your 1 no trump and your partner bids 2 diamonds, 2 hearts or 2 spades, your partner is saying this hand will play better in my suit than playing in 1 no trump. So when your partner makes a weak takeout, you always pass. Your partner's open 1 no trump, you've got 10, you've got 15 points, so plenty of points for game. Because you've got a 6 card heart suit, your partner must have at least 2, because your partner wrote 1 no trump, so they can't have a singleton. So you know you've got an 8 card heart fit, you know you've got enough points for game, so you bid 4 hearts. So with a 6 card major suit, partner must have at least 2 hearts, bid 4. Okay, this one here, you've got enough points for game. With a 5 card major, you bid, in this case, 3 spades. So 3 spades is saying to partner, we have enough points for game, but I'm not sure whether we should be playing in 4 spades or 3 no trumps. So you decide. So your partner can't pass 3 spades. Your partner will either choose to bid 3 no trumps if they've only got 2 spades. If they've got 3 spades or more, your partner knows you've got 5, so you know you've got an 8 card fit, so your partner will bid 4 spades if your partner's got 3 spades or more. And responding to 1 no trump, again we looked earlier on, if you've got a long diamond suit and a reasonable hand, 3 no trumps is always worth a shot. But on a bad day you could lose 5 spade tricks or 5 heart tricks, who knows. But don't forget your partner's open 12 to 14, so they must have some points in spades and hearts. So every chance of you making 3 no trumps. So with 12 points or more in a long minor suit, and a good long minor suit, you simply bid 3 no trumps. Remember, if you just bid 2 diamonds, your partner's always going to pass, because 2 diamonds is a weak takeout, so you can't bid 2 diamonds, because partner will pass. Right, open 1 no trump or 1 other suit, let's look at the difference. So opening 1 no trump is exactly 12 to 14. Opening 1 of a suit is 12 to 19. When we get to 20 points and above, we're looking at different bids. Balanced, well, certainly 1 no trump is always balanced. 1 of a suit could be balanced, or it may not be balanced. It could be a balanced hand but has more than 14 points. So if you've got a balanced hand with more than 14 points, you can't open 1 no trump, so you choose to bid 1 of a suit. And if you've got an unbalanced hand, then you definitely can't bid 1 no trump, so again you'd open 1 of a suit. So the 1 no trump is what we call a limit bid. It limits the hand to a narrowly defined point range, so 12 to 14. 1 of a suit is not a limit bid because it's a very wide ranging point count. And as you'll know from when you open 1 no trump, it's always going to be up to your partner to decide on the outcome, either by passing, bidding 3 no trumps, or any of the other bids that we've just looked at. But you don't have to bid again unless your partner forces you to. When you open 1 of a suit, you have to be prepared to bid again. In all likelihood, you will have to make another bid. Which suit to open? Very simple rules. Bid your longest suit. With 2 suits of equal length, bid the higher ranking suit. So not necessarily the suit that is the strongest, but the one that is the highest ranking suit. We'll look at some examples. There's one exception. If you have exactly 4 hearts and exactly 4 spades, you will always open 1 heart, and we'll see why in a few weeks' time. Remember the suit ranks clubs, diamonds, hearts and spades. So if you've got 4 spades and 4 diamonds, you will always open 1 spade, the higher ranking suit, irrespective of how good the suits are. If you've got 4 hearts and 4 diamonds, you always open 1 heart, the higher ranking suit. There is a rule that allows you to open light. So normally we say 12 high card points, but there's a rule of 20. And the way this works is you add your high card points to the number of cards that you have in your 2 longest suits. So let's have a look at an example. If you've got 10 high card points in your hand, so let's say you've got ace, king, queen, jack of something, yeah, it doesn't matter what points they're in, it doesn't matter what suits they're in, yeah, totally irrelevant what suits they're in. So whenever we're talking about point ranges, it doesn't matter what suits they're in, it's just the total number of high card points in your hand. So if you've got 10 high card points and 2 5 card suits, the way that would work is you would say, right, I've got 10 high card points and I've got 5 cards in one of my longest suits, 5 cards in my other longest suit. So you've got 10 cards in your 2 longest suits. So you add that 10 to the 10 high card points, and as long as that comes to 20 or more, then you can open 1 of a suit. So this is 4, 8, 11, 13 points, but it's not a balanced hand, so you can't open 1 no trump, so you bid the longest suit 1 heart. 13 points, 15 points maybe, 4, 8, 9, 11, 14, anyhow, it's an opening hand, it's got at least 12 points, bid your longest suit 1 heart. This has got 18 points. It's a balanced hand, but you can't open 1 no trump on this balanced hand because you can only open 1 no trump if you've got 12 to 14. So you open your longest suit, 1 heart. And here's the rule of 20 hand. So the way the rule of 20 works is you add your total high card points to the number of cards in your 2 longest suits. So you've got 10 high card points, ace, king, queen, jack. You've got 5 spades, you've got 5 hearts, so 10 plus 5 plus 5 is 20, so that means that you can open with this hand, and you always open the high ranking of 2 equal suits. You don't open 1 heart. The only time you open 1 heart is when you've got exactly 4 hearts and exactly 4 spades, but here you've got 5 of each, so you open the higher ranking suit, which is spades, because spades ranks higher than hearts. So here's an example. Here's the hand at the top that we've just opened 1 spade, and you can see that even though your partner only has 7 points in his hand, as long as the spades behave and the queen falls when you cash all the spades, there's a good chance you're going to make 5 spade tricks, 5 heart tricks, and all the defence will be able to cash is 2 diamonds and a club, because after them cashing 2 diamonds and a club, you'll then be able to ruff and stop them taking any more tricks. So this is just an example of why these distributional hands, so we would describe the north hand as a distributional hand, can be very powerful in the play. So continuing the theme, this is not a balanced hand. It's 12 points, yeah, so you might think 1 no trump, but it's not a balanced hand because it's got a 6 card suit and it's got 2 doubletons, so it fails the rules for a balanced hand, so you open 1 diamond. That's got 17 points. It's a balanced hand, but you can't open 1 no trump because 1 no trump is 12 to 14, so you have to open a suit and you choose the high ranking of 2 equally length suits. So you've got 4 diamonds and 4 clubs, so you open the high ranking 1 diamond. That's an easy one, nice hand, and you have spade as your longest suit, so you open 1 spade. 4, 7, 10, 11, 13, 17, so it's a balanced hand, but you can't open 1 no trump, because 1 no trump is just for 12 to 14 hands. So normally you'd open a high ranking of 2 equal suits, but the exception to the rule is when you've got exactly 4 hearts and exactly 4 spades, you open 1 heart, which is what you do on this hand. And finally, 5, 7, 9, 11, 14, so this is 14 points. It's a balanced hand, so open 1 no trump. And in fact what you do, certainly what I do when I'm looking at my hand, I'm looking at thinking, if I'm going to be the first person to bid, do I have a 1 no trump opener or not? If you haven't got a 1 no trump opener, then you have to start thinking about what you're going to bid. So 1 no trump on that hand. And finally, 4, 7, 10, 11 points, sorry, got 15 points, 4, 7, 15 points, and a spade suit. So spade is your longest suit, so bid 1 spade. Right, you did a quiz, deciding on what you were going to open the hand. I will send that to you with the answers. You did have a copy, but I'll send you an answer for those that weren't there. Right, responding to 1 of a suit. So you always pass with less than 6 points. The reason why you pass with less than 6 points is your partner, if you remember, your partner opens 1 of a suit, it's showing 12 to 19. So if you've got less than 6 points, you can't possibly have game. So you just pass. That's one of the reasons why you pass anyhow. So less than 6 points, you always pass. If you've got 6 points or more, you must bid. If your partner opens 1 of a suit and you've got 6 points or more, you must bid. So the options are raising partner's suit, which is what we're going to look at in more detail, bidding a new suit, so your partner opens 1 heart and you bid 1 spade, or you bid 2 clubs. That's something we'll look at in the future. Another possibility is for you to bid no trumps, so your partner opens 1 heart and you bid 1 no trump, 2 no trumps. Again, that's something in the future. But the first one we're going to look at is raising partner's suit. I'll skip over that before you spot the spelling mistake. Just go through that screen again, I don't know why that's come back. Right, so your partner's open 1 of suit. So your partner's guaranteeing at least 4 cards in that suit. If you have at least 4 cards in that suit, you know that you have an 8 card fit. Yeah, and 8 card fits are what you're looking for. So the way you show that tell your partner that you have at least 4 cards in the suit they have opened, and therefore you have an 8 card fit, is to raise partner's opening bid. So if you've got 6 to 9 points, you bid 2 of partner's suit. So if your partner's opened 1 diamond, if you've got 4 diamonds or more, bid 2 diamonds. That is saying to partner, I've got at least 4 diamonds, so we've got an 8 card fit, and we have 6 to 9 points. 10 to 12 points, you bid 3. So partner opens 1 spade. If you've got 10 to 12 points and at least 4 spades in your hand, you bid 3 spades. So 3 spades is saying to partner, I've got 10 to 12 points and I've got at least 4 spades, so we have a spade fit. If you've got 13 points or more, your partner's open the bidding. So partner's showing 12, so 12 and 13 is 25, enough points for game. So if you have a major suit, so if your partner's open 1 heart and you've got 13 points or more and you've got 4 hearts, therefore you know you've got a heart fit, you just bid 4 of the major. If it's a minor suit, we'll look at that next week. And the reason that you don't go 1 diamond, 4 diamonds is because very often 3 no trumps will be the right contract. And once the bidding's gone 1 diamond, 4 diamonds, you can't go back to 3 no trumps because you'd have to make a higher bid than 4 diamonds. When you're raising, you can also add points for shape. So let me explain. With a void, you know you can't lose the first trick to the defender's ace, so you add 4 points. So the way of looking at that is, let's say you're playing a hand in 4 hearts. If you had the ace of clubs and the defender's led club, you could win the first trick with the ace. If you had a void in clubs, so you had one of the 2 hands that had no clubs in the hand, if the defender's led a club, you could still win the first trick because you'd be able to trump it, because you have no clubs in your hand. So having a void is as powerful as having an ace, so that's why we add 4 points to the hand. And a singleton can be very useful, so we add 3 points to a singleton. So you get your high card points, add your points for shape, and that gives you the total number of points. There'll be an example coming up. Remember, you only add points for shortages if you have a fit. So shortages are no good if you don't have a fit. So you need to have a fit for partner's suit. You did exercise in responding to one of the suit. I'll send you the answers to that, although I did hand them out. But let's just have a quick look. Partner opens 1 heart, you've only got 5 points, so pass. Partner opens 1 heart, you've got heart support, but you've only got 4 points, so pass. This time partner's open 1 heart, you've got 7 points. So if partner opens 1 heart, your 2 heart bid says I've got 4 hearts at least and 6 to 9 points, which is what you've got. 4, 6, 10 points here. Right, so if you've got 10 points, remember if your partner's open 1 heart, a 3 heart bid shows exactly 10 to 12 points. So you bid 3 hearts, that says to partner, I've got 10 to 12 points and at least 4 hearts in my hand. 4, 8, 9, 11, 14. Right, so this time your partner's opened the bidding 1 heart. You've got 14 points. Partner must have at least 12, so you've got enough points for game. So if you've got enough points for game, then just bid it. So partner opens 1 heart, you bid 4 hearts. Partner opens 1 spade, you bid 4 spades. This hand's got 14 cards in it actually, you shouldn't have the 6 of diamonds. But if you've got enough points for game and you've got a fit in the majors, then you just bid game. So how many points has this hand got? So high card points, 10, ace, king, queen, jack. So that's 10 points. You had 3 points for the singleton, because remember it's 4 points for a void, 3 points for a singleton, so a singleton is just having 1 card in the suit. So that's 10 high card points plus 3 for the singleton, so that is now a 13 point hand. So you've got a 13-point hand, partner shown at least 12 by opening one heart, so you would raise one heart to 4 hearts, or one spade to 4 spades. Because you've got 13 points, if you take into account the shortage points, partner's got 12, so 25. So your partner has made a limit bid. So it's got 1 heart, 2 hearts, 1 heart, 3 hearts, 1 spade, 3 spades, whatever. Yeah. You have to then decide what you are going to call. So remember, when a player makes a limit bid, it is the partner of that player who decides on any further action. So I'll just say that again. Whenever a player makes a limit bid, because if you think about it, when they've made a limit bid, they've told you exactly what they've got to a very narrow point range. It is that player's partner that decides on any further action. So it's a bit like opening one no trump. You open one no trump, which is a limit bid, and you just leave it to your partner to decide what the outcomes or what the possible outcome is going to be by the various responses that your partner can make to your one no trump. So it's exactly the same principle. So if you open one heart and your partner responds 2 hearts or 3 hearts, they've made a limit bid. So it's now you that decides what the final contract is going to be. I'll show you how that works. So if you got enough for game, bid 4 hearts or 4 spades. If you haven't got enough for game, you would pass. So let's think about if you've got enough for game. So we'll see some examples. If you might have enough for game, then if it's gone 1 heart, 2 hearts, you raise to 3 hearts. Again, we'll look at examples in a second or two. So 3 hearts or 3 spades. So here's some examples. Partner's got 6 to 9 points. You need 25 points for game. So you would pass with less than 16 points. The reason why is your partner's got a maximum of 9. So if you've got less than 16, you can't have 25 between you. So you just leave it in 2 hearts. If you've got 19 points, you bid game. The reason for that is your partner's responded 2 hearts to your 1 heart bid. So partner's got at least 6 points. So if you've got 19, you've got 25 between you. So you can bid 4 hearts. So if you've got 16 to 18 points, so if it goes 1 heart, 2 hearts, if you've got 16 to 18, so this is a bit like the no trump scenarios we've looked at. If partner's maximum, so this is 2 hearts is 6 to 9, if partner's got 8 or 9 points, then you've probably got game. If partner, because you'd have 25 points. If partner's got 6 or 7 points, you probably haven't got game. So the way that you find that out is just to bid 3 hearts. So 3 hearts says to partner, you told me you've got 6 to 9. If it's 6 or 7, just pass my 3 heart bid. If it's 8 or 9, please bid 4 hearts. So partner's got 1 heart, 3 hearts. You know partner's got exactly 10 to 12 points. You need 25 points for game. So with less than 13 points you would pass. Yeah, because if you've got less than 13 points you can't have 25 points between the 2 hands. So you just pass 3 hearts. If you've got 15 or more points, you know your partner's got at least 10, because your partner's showing 10 to 12 for the 3 heart bid. So you add your 15 to partner's minimum of 10, and you know you've got game. If you've got 14 points, it's a close decision about do you bid game or not, and you'd have to make a decision based on other factors in your hand. So maybe you had another good suit, or there could be various reasons. And then you created these hands, and then we played them, and the hands that you created all made the contract, so that was good. And finally, for next week, pages 30 to 33, that's your homework. You've got a bidding and play exercise on page 45, which you need to do. And if you like, there are more practice hands on page 51, just hands 1 to 4. That is the end.